What's up, dudes? Chooch out here on the Inmotion V12, and we are ripping some brand new trails, guys. And these are a challenge, man. These trails really were hard, and I had to take it easy. Some spots, you could really kind of open it up a little bit. But beautiful, beautiful terrain, guys. And the V12 really did well, and it was so much fun because this is a small, compact wheel with a lot of power, and you can really juke and jive through these single track trails. It is so much fun. This wheel performed phenomenally. You can just see right here, one thing I really like about these smaller wheels is being able to do the little technical things off to the side. I call it the little side hits, like the little rocks, the little jumps off to the side and whatnot. Those are so much fun to hit, and I'm not doing it too much in this video because it is completely new terrain to me, and I was just out there, experiencing this and just, riding around, enjoying the day, and really enjoying, just the weather. It was just nice outside. The V12 was really rolling good, and some sections I really open it up in here, and other sections I kind of am just chilling, but I really enjoyed this wheel, guys. It is phenomenal. I got it right now with the Clark Pads Gen 2 on here, and you can put the free motion pedals will actually fit on this wheel. I'm going to be putting those on and having those in the next video coming up soon in a video coming up soon on the Inmotion V12, because they do fit, and I took those off my M Super Pro and put them on this. Looks good, rides good. We'll be checking that out. But I do love being able to change those pedals in those 4 different adjustments on each side. You can change these pedals, you can move them up, you can have them lower, which is really good for your street riding, because with your street riding, you really want your center of gravity low, and you don't have anything off to the side that can really clip your pedal and make you go down. You'll actually see a situation where that happens coming up, where I'll clip the pedal and go down. And even being with these higher pedals, it can still happen. That's just the nature of riding electric unicycles, and that's one aspect about it that's just something you gotta improve at and get better at. That's one key thing on these that I actually really like, is you got to be diligent and be looking at your surroundings on the side of your trails and whatnot, just to make sure you're not going to be clipping those pedals, which adds a whole nother dynamic of making this a challenge. And that's what it's all about, and it really makes your brain be examining everything off to the sides of the trails and the terrain and everything like that. And it's not a bad thing. It's not like I'd rather ride a bike on this or anything like that. It's just something you got to do with the unicycles, and it's really fun. And being able to unweight a little bit and just groove through here, it's nice, guys. And this trail is, I'm telling you, it was hard. This is just some random terrain. This is not something that's where a trail where it's maintained very well. This is just rocks everywhere, roots everywhere, and you really gotta gotta be aware of what's going on, because anything can just be out of place and just snag you. But I do like being able to have these pedals this high. You just look at this guy out here chilling on the trail, just in the middle of Colorado, just having a good time. And there's campsites and everything around here, so there's people out camping, enjoying the day, just cruising through here. Absolutely beautiful. And this thing is, the battery life on it has been incredible. So after this ride, after cruising around, on trails where you're having to really make the machine work, having to make it torque up rocks and go up hill climbs and just stuff where it's off-road, you would think that for someone that's not into the hobby, you would think this is just draining this battery. You're like, oh, man, how is that thing even moving after a mile of riding out here? How is the battery just not being eaten by this terrain? And let me tell you, it does not drain the battery at all riding on this type of terrain. Something about the nature of the unicycle, something about the way it's set up, and once you get your forward momentum going and you're not using that top end speed where you're going like 40 miles an hour, if you never touch that and you're just cruising through trails like this, you can go forever. I think I ended this ride right here at 86% battery, and I was cruising for like 3 hours out here, guys. And this is not just 8 minutes of footage. I was out here for 3 hours or so. I got some more footage I'm going to be showing you of even more trails out here, but it went forever, and I got back and it was 86% still left on the battery, which blows my mind for a 16-inch wheel like this, because There's never been any other 16-inch unicycle that I've ever had with anywhere near this amount of battery life to it. And the fact that it has a 2500 watt motor that it's just putting this power into and it's just not quitting is just incredible. I was genuinely thinking after this ride, I was expecting to look down and be like, oh crap, you know, like I was thinking maybe 42% battery life left or something like that, which is even still good, but to have 86% left for a ride like this is just crazy. Just crazy, like 3 hours on terrain like this. So my favorite thing that I love about this wheel, guys, is that it's so small, it looks incredibly well, the build quality is phenomenal, it looks good, and it's just so compact. And it's so easy to take anywhere. It's easy to get out of the house. It's easy to take downstairs. It's easy to put in the car. It's easy to get out of the car. And it's just small enough and compact enough to not make it a nuisance. And the top handle on it, you can really, really pick it up. I've actually disassembled this whole thing, and that top handle is in there really good with 2 or 4 screws that are long. They're like at least 5 inches long that go into the top of this thing. And it has an entire, basically like a steel internal square frame. It's not just all plastic on the inside, guys. It has a steel like inside frame. And after, you know, riding those Gotways for so many years, I took this thing apart and looked at the whole inside of it, and it is incredible. The quality and just the way they built this thing. It blows my mind because every screw is all hex hardware in there. On everything. You have I think 3 Phillips screws in the entire machine. It's all hex hardware on the whole thing. The shell comes together in like 3 different layers where it's just incredible, the build quality. I got to show you a video coming up of just the internals of this thing because it's exceptional. And you saw that crash video, and this thing has just gone down so many times, and it's a simple front bumper on this thing and a simple back bumper. It's not much, man. You see that little bumper on the front right there, but it's in the perfect spot. Every time this thing goes down, it hits right there. You're not going to have any shell splitting action going on with this thing. I've disassembled it. There's literally no way you're going to have like a shell splitting scenario like you did with the M Supers or anything like that. This thing is really, they did a good job of it. You see it just slams the ground right there. And the LCD screen's completely fine. Everything on it's completely fine. And I've slammed on this thing multiple times. And you see it right there. What happened is just the pedal clipped a rock. And it's just this trail, man. I'm telling you what. On a lot of the other trails I'm riding really fast on, they're way smoother than this. This is just a chunky, rocky, rooty, unpredictable type trail, and even with those high pedals, you can still clip stuff. So that's just the nature of where I'm riding at. So don't think there's anything wrong with the wheel. That's just where I'm riding at, and it's just kind of hard to navigate this stuff. But it is beautiful out here. I really enjoyed the day, and this Inmotion V12 is sweet. You can get one, link below, pre-order it now.